The room was silent when he said it. Performance issues. 2 words. Cold, surgical. Delivered without flinching. Across the polished oak table, my father-in-law's face was expressionless, just a trace of satisfaction behind his glasses. The boardroom lights reflected on his silver hair, turning him into a statue. My wife sat beside him, eyes fixed on the documents in front of her, like she wasn't part of this. I waited. Let the silence breathe. He slid the termination letter toward me. "We're letting you go. No reason beyond that. No hesitation. Just the subtle tightening of his jaw, the kind of man who believed power was inherited, not earned. I didn't ask questions, didn't argue. Just folded the letter neatly, tucked it into my jacket, and left. Outside, the winter air sliced through my lungs. My reflection on the building's glass facade looked small, replaceable. By the time I reached home, she was waiting, my wife. A cup of coffee in hand, phone glowing in the dark. Her tone was casual, almost rehearsed. "I heard about the meeting," she said. Then she handed me a piece of paper, a list. Homeless shelters, job centers, cheap motels. "I think," she said softly, "you should take some time to figure things out." Translation: "You're dead weight." She didn't look up when I turned away, didn't ask where I was going. I closed the door behind me without a word. The sound of the latch, final, quiet, absolute, was the only thing that stayed with me. The first night was cold. I sat in my car, parked under the indifferent orange glow of a streetlight. The letter in my pocket, her list on the passenger seat. 2 betrayals folded neatly beside me. I replayed every conversation from the past month. The late calls she had to take, the messages she guarded like secrets, the way her father's voice softened when she entered the room. Something inside me cracked, not loud, not violent, just a clean internal break. She had known. She helped. The promotion I was promised never came. The project I led was quietly reassigned. She'd been whispering in the right ears, painting me as unstable, distracted, unsuited for leadership, and I had believed she was worried for me. I almost laughed. The night bled into morning. My phone buzzed once. Her text, "Please don't make this harder than it has to be." I didn't reply. Instead, I started driving. Not away. Just quietly in circles, retracing the life I had built and the ruins she'd left behind. By the 3rd day, I stopped feeling. I found an apartment under a false name, cash payment, no questions. Then I began collecting the fragments, emails, transaction records, security camera footage, every whisper that had been passed behind glass doors. She'd always underestimated me. Everyone did. The company's internal system still used credentials I had built. The CEO's secure folder, her father's, was predictable, arrogant. Within hours, I had everything. Bank transfers, board decisions, private messages. And there it was, the knife that had been turning in my back. A contract. Her signature. His. She'd taken ownership of my project, my design, my years of work, signed over to her name days before I was fired. My own wife. The discovery didn't shock me. It clarified me. I wasn't broken. I was becoming precise. I tracked her for days. The restaurant meetings, the shopping trips. The man she met once, late at night, at the same hotel where we used to stay on anniversaries. Every detail, recorded, dated, stored. When you've lost everything, patience becomes your only currency. The final proof arrived wrapped in silence, a printed conversation between her and her father. "He's done. He won't recover. Good. Once he's out, we'll merge his division. Keep it quiet. What about him? He's too proud to beg." They were right. I didn't beg. But pride can be versatile. 2 days later, I sent a package to the company's legal department, anonymous, containing every record, every forged document, every signature. Then I waited. It didn't take long. First came the calls. 23 missed by morning, 41 by noon, 100 by midnight. By the 164th, the voicemail cracked her composure. "Please talk to me. They're investigating. Dad's under review." I didn't know it would click. Silence. I listened to it twice, then deleted it. They didn't know where I was. I preferred it that way. By the time she found my new number, the story had already gone public. Embezzlement, fraud, executive manipulation. Her father stepped down. She lost her position. That morning, she called me again, 71 times. I didn't answer until the 72nd. "Where are you?" Her voice trembled. "We can fix this. Come home, please." Home. I almost smiled. "Check your messages," I said. The photo arrived seconds later. My villa in Switzerland. White marble, glass walls, a view of the Alps. Bought years ago under the holding company she never knew existed. Her silence was louder than her tears. "I left because you told me to," I interrupted. "You wanted me gone." I listened. Then I ended the call. I sat by the window, watching the snow swallow the valley below. The world outside was calm, pure, untouched. It's strange, the quiet that follows revenge. Not satisfaction, not joy, just balance. They say power corrupts, but betrayal clarifies. I learned who I was the moment they decided I wasn't enough. I don't hate her anymore. Hatred requires attachment. Now there's only absence. A clean, cold void. The phone vibrated once more. A message. "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes." Her number. Still pretending control. I replied with one word. "Enjoy." Then I powered off the phone. And in that silence, I realized I hadn't lost anything. I had simply been unburdened.